I've always had a love for animals, and your grandmother, Martha Schroeder, and myself volunteered for Michigan Anti-Cruelty many, many years ago. And we thought it would be a good idea to start an organization in our own community where we could help people and animals. So that's how it started, and that was in we formalized in 96. We became a nonprofit, 501c3 licensed nonprofit, but we actually started picking up animals off the street in the early 90s. Right now, because of COVID, it's been lower. We were up to about 150 volunteers, and that included volunteers that were working inside of the building, that were walking dogs, that were doing special events, fundraising, etc. When we got to COVID, we really dropped off because people were uncomfortable, and so now we're just primarily using dog walkers and a few people inside the building. So I would say right now we're at about 50 volunteers. I am currently working 7 days a week, and I have been for the past 2 years, and it's because we don't have enough staff and we don't have enough volunteers to come in the building to care for the animals. So I help do that. I think what I enjoy most is the animals, of course. I love cats and dogs, or I wouldn't be doing this. I particularly enjoy placing animals with families, kids that have never had a pet before, or especially fond of placing pets with seniors, older people that are really lonely and need that special pet to keep going. So those are the things that I probably enjoy the most about the organization. The hardest challenges for me are emergencies, and we work with the police departments on sometimes critical things, such as an animal that's injured, hit by a car, a person maybe who has had a crisis in their home and there's animals in there. Those are the situations that are the hardest for me, because I have to react to them immediately and get help, and those are the hardest. Currently we're at about, I'm going to say about 300 to 350. We typically take in about 500 a year, because we take in the strays and lost animals for all of the Grosse Pointes and Harper Woods. So, but some of those are returned to owner. Some of them, especially young kittens, might not survive. Sometimes we take in animals that need to be euthanized because they're injured or they're really sick. But out of the approximately 500 that we take in a year, we place about, I would say, 300 to 350.
How hard is it to raise donations?
Very. Very hard. In the Grosse Pointe area, there are many, many nonprofits, and there are many organizations, and of course everybody's asking for money. So it's very hard, and we are the only shelter in the Grosse Pointe community. So of course, in my mind, I think that we're number one, but not everyone thinks that way. So although we don't compete with Michigan Humane Society, they are the much bigger organization, and they, along with Michigan Anti-Cruelty, get a lot of heavy donations. But we're getting bigger and we're getting more donations, and yeah, it's really hard to fight for the donated dollar. The majority of my time as executive director is supposed to be raising funds, and in the past I did spend a lot of money on that. But back to the COVID era again, because we're short-staffed and we don't have enough people to take care of animals, I do spend a lot of my time now taking care of animals, and not as much as I could or should raising funds. However, we do have a staff member now who does social media, and with COVID, that's actually been quite successful. So she does a website, a Facebook page, Instagram, and we've been able to kind of balance it and raise funds that way. So it's been okay.